So in this clip I just want to talk about what a corpus is, maybe a new concept. So a first definition of a corpus could be just a collection of text, perhaps a year's worth of text from the New Zealand Herald, or writings of some English language learners over a year or something like that, or perhaps some spoken transcripts of a rugby game. Okay, so a corpus could be a written or spoken text. And preferably, a large amount of text. We want to find patterns in it at some point, and so we need a lot of data in order to extract and find the patterns of interest. Furthermore, the text should be structured in some way so that we can interpret the results of a search of the corpus. We know very clearly what's in the corpus and where it came from. We can't just kind of collect text from here and there and everywhere, because then when we kind of look at the analysis of that corpus, we can't interpret the results. And then there's another idea that the texts making up the corpus, whether written or spoken, have been collected for the purpose of linguistic analysis. There's kind of a structure and there's a kind of aim. And finally, the texts are all likely to be computer files, because we want the text to be quite large. As I said, text can be several million words. And so in order to work with that corpus, we need some simple search software to look for words or phrases within those texts. And so they're going to be in a computer form. And then we can make use of the software to do the search or to do the frequency list, as we're going to talk about. And so having said that, we can ask the question, is the web a corpus? Or can we use the web as a corpus? And according to our definition, then it isn't, because it's kind of unknowable. We don't know how big the web is or what it consists of. And when we use Google, we don't know how much of the web Google has trawled and analyzed. And so technically, we can't use the web as a corpus. And it isn't a corpus because it's not being collected for linguistic analysis, and say we don't know the structure of text we get from the web and so on. On the other hand, the web is so kind of big and juicy that it's kind of hard to ignore. And corpus linguists are looking at ways of using the web to create a corpus, and we'll look at that briefly to at least talk about the ways in which people are doing that.